I started thinking about doing my own thing. So I started thinking about doing something online. It gives you the freedom to experiment. And I decided that I want our interviews to be about the people themselves. A place where people could be who they want to be and talk how they want to talk. A place where people swear. God, I miss the word fuck.
Smith, J_Smith, J. I have a whole notepad file of different possible first name, last name combinations. Sent about 20 of those out, got 19 error messages back, bingo. They got somewhere, they got it. And that was pretty much how I got a lot of my first work. Like these photos, for example, was I was shooting pictures of the actual lighter that I'm flicking there. This is just raw, straight off the camera image, and basically it was, I'm supposed to be taking pictures of these lighters for my portfolio, and of course I get super distracted, like the rest of these projects are basically me getting distracted from one thing and experiment leads to another, and next thing I know I'm sitting there with my camera flicking the lens and getting all these like really amazing results from, you know, my camera, my macro lens, and had no intention of doing this, but I took hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of photos of these lighters. And then this is the one that I was like, holy shit, like there's cool stuff, you know, when you're not looking for anything and you're just kind of experimenting and, you know, stuff happens and you're kind of just messing around, and that's, you know, I hope that's one thing that I do forever. I hope, you know, for me, work never becomes a job. Like I always want it to be fun and be kind of like how it was when I was a kid, and I just would draw stuff and go around and take pictures of whatever, things that are just fun to do. And that's where I feel like you get a lot of these cool results, is just sort of messing around.
Very grassroots here, on the fly. So
that works.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like when you were talking up there, that's sort of what you're all about, is on the fly.
Yeah.
So, well, you know, my favorite question is, you're no one until you have your own stalker. So, do you have your own stalker?
I don't think so. I've had some like weird emails over the years, you know, like I've had people steal or like copy work and everything, but no one who's like gone into stalker territory. But you get a lot of emails and stuff. Most of the time it's people who are pretty nice or, you know, innocently trying too hard to copy, you know, like be inspired, but they're copying your work, and so that gets weird, but no stalker stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, so no interesting stories to tell me.
Nothing crazy that I can think of right now. But.
So are you doing the like going to each city in this tour, or?
No, they just happened to invite me to Portland and LA.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
They're from Australia.
Right.
But I didn't do any of the Australia stuff, just Portland and here. So.
Right. And like right now, where you're at right now as an artist, what's sort of your inspiration right now? Like if you know?
Like good question. I'm not sure right now specifically. I've been really enjoying drawing a lot more lately, which is refreshing because I do so much stuff on the computer and digitally and everything. So I've been trying to get back to using my hands more and drawing and stuff like that.
Do you use that Wacom pad?
Yeah, I use that for everything. Like 100% of my work is a Wacom tablet, and you know I use that for it. So So I'm using my hand, you know, like actually in Photoshop and when I do digital stuff anyways. But when I'm like, you know, actually like sitting down and drawing. Sitting down actually drawing in a sketchbook or whatever. Like,
wow, old school.
Yeah, just draw. reality show. A video, it can be print work, and it can just be set to music, and people will applaud for it. And then that's just a great way to get things moving.
Let me see your arm here.
Oh, okay.
You are a cool dude.
Oh, really?
Aesthetically, it's not a very beautiful town. So I realized many years later that I kind of used that as inspiration. I think I kind of grabbed things from opposite ends of the spectrum. You know, whether it be, just two themes that don't belong and kind of clash them together. I think it comes from me growing up there in that way. So.
We're start rolling now, and here goes my little sync thing. There you go. I was wondering, you've done so many cool music videos. Have you ever had to do videos for songs that you didn't like? You don't have to name them, but
have to do them. I don't have to do anything, but sometimes I gravitate to a lyric and not necessarily as much to the music.
Right.
But I've got to gravitate to something. Whether it's sometimes being the different person, like kind of somebody who doesn't fit in, I might kind of gravitate to that subject matter or something like that. And also, if I start seeing images, obviously, then that makes it a little bit more interesting for me.
That's
so I have to gravitate to something,
I found that interesting in your the presentation we just saw. You were talking a lot about getting the music to the back of your head and letting the images come through. And I thought sometimes people take inspiration from the things that they see, and then sometimes inspiration comes from somewhere inside that you don't know. Which one of those is it for you? Where is your inspiration? For your
more and more, it's maybe it comes from places that I don't know. But I would think from an inner place, But I can be inspired by, a color, or I really kind of don't believe in coincidences, and I believe in serendipity. So if there is, if I gravitate towards an image or a color or a happening of something that I see on the street, and then a location or something, and then it kind of comes together, I kind of go with it. It's kind of, I think of it sort of as a pool in water, and kind of how grabbing things and putting them together. So sometimes it's obvious things, but most of the time it's very unexpected, in those unexpected ways.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess the best artists never know. They always say, I don't know where it is.
Yeah, and it's basically a journey about finding that. That's why, like I was explaining today, like if a painter knows what a painting's going to look like, does the painter need to do it? And that's how I feel, sort of, and that's why, I love to come to something with the angle of experimenting, even though I've got the knowledge, because I've been doing this for so long, I'm always trying to strive to create something I've not done before, because for me it's exciting. Is it going to work or not? I kind of love putting myself in situations more kind of challenging and kind of a little bit scary, because I find that then you're really challenging your intuition on finding whether you're on the right path or not. But does this feel right? Is the color right? And it's not. You kind of push it till you find it,
Mm-hmm. Well, you do film, music videos, do photography, and fine art as well. So what's the secret to being, good in all these different mediums? When I always heard that you need to specialize. You need to be, if you're going to be a violin player, then play the violin. You just need to be multidisciplinary. What's the secret to, succeeding in all of the, whatever you want to dip your...
Yeah, maybe because film encompasses all those things. That I feel, and also I come from that background, as a painter and a sculptor. My parents are music. I'm married to musicians, so all those things kind of make up, film, and so so I guess it feels a little bit natural to me. Also, I get to explore certain things when I'm working in such an insular way that I feel that the film actually benefits from. You know, whether I'm making a watercolor painting or whether I'm taking a photograph, I think in the end it all kind of benefits the filmmaking because of, you know, either a technique or certain things I'm exploring when I'm playing with that. So I don't know. I don't know what the secret is, except that, you know, I'd love to change it up.
Yeah. I was just trying to give you some spice to talk about it.
Yeah.
But, so, you know, what...
Place where people swear. God, I miss the word fuck.